Welcome to the Executive Committee meeting of the Board of Education Retirement System. Today is June 24th and the time is 12:49. Please be reminded that the committee meetings will be recorded and will be posted to the BERS YouTube channel. I'll now begin the meeting by calling roll. Frank Sarabella. Chris is here as an alternate backup to Frank. Donald Nesbitt, I'm here. Greg Faulkner. Anthony Giordano. Alice Ho, I'm his alternate backup, and Karina Pollen, who should be here shortly. We have a quorum.
Oh, after you,
Greg's,
okay,
he's Greg's backup. We have a quorum. I'd also like to note for the record that alternate committee members, Mahisha Sapp, is anyone else online? Is present. What about Amy or? No. Okay. Now, agenda item 1 is to consider the minutes of the June 4th Executive Committee meeting, which is included in your packets sent prior to the meeting. May I have a motion to approve these minutes?
Motion.
So, do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Chris. Any discussion? Any discussion on the June 4th minutes? All those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, Greg. Hello.
Help you.
Perfect.
We'll have introductory. So, you ready?
Thank you.
We have introductory comments and updates by Innovation and Risk Department Director Salil Mehta. May I have a motion to consider this?
So,
Motion, Karina Pollen. Second, Chris.
Second.
Thank you, Salil.
Sure. So just a few comments. And first of all, we have a new setup today operationally. After a few years, we're going to be doing a format a little more formally where we have 3 presenters essentially per investment. We'll have a representative from BAM, we'll have managers themselves, and we'll have the consultant. And we'll also be utilizing the lobby feature. So far, we now have 2 people managing this jointly. So Karen's actually been doing a good job so far on our first run. So she's virtually managing the WebEx lobby features, and I'll be managing the presentations, the scheduling aspects. The 3 managers today, 1 in real estate, 2 in infrastructure. It's worth noting that our overweights in the 4 private markets has gone up 1 percentage point over year to date. So we came in the year at 32% versus 25% target. We're now at 33%. The biggest bulk of that has come from private equity and from OFI. And that's just worth noting in the context of a very strong denominator as well. That public markets have gone up a lot year to date as well. And you've seen that in the news with new highs, especially in AI and other perhaps bubbles. The another thing that might be interesting is we don't always run up against this, but every so often we do run across flow concentration limits on an individual manager, where, for example, for real estate, there's roughly a 95% pipeline target that we have. So 30% of that is in the high 20s. We have 1 manager today, Artemis, that's close but won't be crossing that at 25 million. So for a single manager, that would be a high amount. I've sent some, for most RCs, just some diversity anomalies that you might want to be mindful of with one of our presenters, where the internal numbers in the tables that we get a chance to look at don't necessarily reconcile, but you can sort of bring that up during their presentation. And then something was in the news recently. Every so you get sort of viral articles about things that a major pension, just hypothetical advocacy type research that if you were to change your investment, in this case it was based on a specific region of the world. If you were to divest, from a region that had a small market capitalization, what would be the overall impact to say a New York City pension fund? And it was an outsized impact. And part of the underlying studies, when you may see it in the news, you may look at some of the very large types of analysis and footnotes, but sort of at the end, you want to be mindful of very provocative headlines, perhaps, and also what are some of the nuances and caveats that go into the assumptions. In this case, they were using what sometimes often happens, which is a 10-year look back and extrapolating that. So in other words, saying that if this had happened, a decision was made 10 years ago to do something, you would have randomly over that 10-year period, which could have included just a base or end effect, a certain type of risk to the portfolio. So we're just going to linearly extrapolate that going forward without any sort of, counter analysis of what would happen maybe in the market structure overall or other pensions sort of knocking on effects, or what would happen to that opportunity cost. If you were to maybe switch your portfolio, what would be the new opportunity as well? And that's very hard to predict sometimes. So those are the major pieces for today. And we do have a schedule now attached to the agenda. So I've created this. We're ran it by BAM, and it seems to work pretty well. So we'll have a not full autonomy now because of presenters coming from the outside, but we'll have a sense of when people will be speaking, and hopefully there won't be sizable air pockets, so to speak, gaps, while we're waiting for maybe a manager to arrive and speak. So
They were given times.
I've given everyone times to arrive into the lobby, wait, and then present. But some of them are also at other places, and what happens. So well before they'd all be sort of on our own schedule. Are there any questions?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Somebody else.
No, I was just gonna ask. I don't see the schedule, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So for you, I think on the script, it should be within the investment itself is a mini schedule, and then on the actual that was sent out, I created the that schedule. There was actually one additional investment that potentially could have gone this month or a future month, which we pushed it back a month just so that we can comfortably get through this session with the new operational format. Oh yeah.
Do all of these companies, are they in compliance with the board's interests in terms of diversity? Are there any of these companies that we should make note of, and have they all been made aware that that's an expectation that we have?
I believe they know, and I believe BAM also lets them know as well, and we mentioned it during our diligence as well. I don't think they. I'm sorry, what was your question?
Are these companies, so we're not blindsiding them, are these companies aware of our feelings around questions of diversity and DEI and those kinds of issues, so that when they're coming in, are they prepared to address those questions?
Did you answer? With BAM notified them, we certainly mentioned it during our diligence as well.
I wonder about the IPS. I know we talked about this a little bit. Khalil, I don't know where we landed on the IPS around the diversity. And because certainly I know we are not, we certainly are in the public sector.
This is public.
Okay. So we should talk about it in the private sector, but understanding what the IPS says about that and making sure that it's aligned to the desires of the board, and also further communicated to our money managers and the decisions we have to make.
Yeah.
I think for the future, it's important that the companies become prepared to address it It should be part of their presentation that we're looking to hear them make comments regarding
Wishes.
the whole gamut, DEI, diversity, and where they stand. I did look at Artemis. I wasn't happy with what I saw. Just as are any of these companies that we have to do? We have to have an affirmative vote today, or would they? What's the time factor in terms of deciding on these companies?
So there are two parts of the question. In terms of the time factor, I'll leave that to the consultant. In terms of the, and also what Karo was mentioning, in terms of the IPS, the enforcement vehicle is twofold. We do have the annual review, the diversity statistics review, from both consultant as well as from that shows what are the highlights and gaps in achieving diversity statistics over the look back period plus a little bit forward looking based on the investment choices. And also,
You just went way over my.
in other words,
Okay.
every year they're expected to report. So we've had that in the last around December, January.
Was that
For private markets.
No, but I'm asking the companies that are coming to present to us, are they prepared to discuss?
Right. So for that part, this is
Can I just say, I don't think so.
Guys, can I make a
So,
recommendation that we
have to-
move this to attorney-client privilege or closed session to have this discussion?
That's fine. Yeah. Is there attorney, or the
Now,
attorney?
Do we have a
closed session.
motion to do so? Motion?
I motion that we have this discussion and during closed session.
Motion made. Do we have a second?
A second.
Second, Alice. Motion made by Kareem. All those in favor of going into executive session, please indicate if you're in favor. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Executive session? Yeah, in executive session, the trustees approve one real estate investment. Also improve two infrastructure investments. This was the last item on the agenda for today's executive committee meeting. The next scheduled meeting, the Board of Ed Retirement System, is Tuesday, July 28th at 12:30. And have a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Motion made by Chris. Do we have a second? Second made by Alice. All those in favor of adjourning the meeting?
Aye.
When is the
Any opposed?
No.
Any abstentions?
what's the full board meeting?
The meeting is adjourned.